Hello and welcome to the Orchid SaGa. My name is Ilke Wiersma, also known as EJ. So yes, today I'm going to do making a division of this Miltoniopsis in front of us. So you can see is currently in a flower, which normally is not necessarily the best time to do a repotting of uppotting or tearing them apart, making divisions of your plants. But there's a reason for me to do it now. Because believe it or not, most of this plant will stay in the pots. So I will explain in a minute, of course, of why I'm doing that, and then it probably will make sense. But yeah, the blooms are absolutely gorgeous. So, and I thought, well, it's been a while since I did a uppotting, repotting, or that type of video. So, of course, let me know in the comment section if you enjoy these types of videos. And not the last video, but the one before, some of the viewers did comment on types of videos, and one of that was what type of videos I could make. And one of those was doing more updates on, for example, repots. And that's a great idea, actually. So I will probably do some of the repots I already did, but I thought this Miltoniopsis, is going to be nice to follow along. So in a few months we could do an update on her, and then especially on the new part. So that's why I also chose to do this one. Plus, it's these beautiful Miltoniopsis are also classed as a bit finicky, not that easy to grow. I do fairly well with them, but things change now. So all in all, I thought, well, this is probably a nice one to follow along this year. So that's why also I chose this plant. I'm going to grab the camera and then we will have a close look at the plant, and I will explain why most of the parts of this plant can stay in the pot and some will come out. So let's have a look. So here we go. First, just a quick update on these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful flowers. I love them. But you can probably already see a bit of a problem over here. This part hanging over completely. So what I did, and it may actually work, is put some Syntic over here. I have that on the other parts as well. But because this one is so strangely now hanging out of that pot, and it's not very convenient if I have them on the shelves, as you can probably understand. Plus, this bulb, this is the newest bulb. You can see it's not as big as the previous one, and it did decide to make a new growth instead of making a flower spike. So that is why I chose to make a division of this one, because the other parts, as you probably can see, are choosing to make flowers or flower spikes, and one is actually already blooming, as we just saw. But this part of the plant is making a new growth, and we have quite some good roots over here. I have a bit of Syntic in front of that, but I hope you can see there on that root. We have a green tip, and there's a new root coming out. We have a green tip and several green tips actually. So perfect time to do a repot or making divisions. But I guess that this part of the plant doesn't have much roots inside of the pot, because this bulb is not as big as this one. So therefore it suffered a little bit, and I think if I make a cut over there, there's a bit of a leaf in the way. But over there, being very careful with these new roots, not to break them, making a cut over there, and I think I can pull it out fairly easily. So that explains why I can leave this part of the plant and just take this out and try to regrow it as a separate plant actually. So let's get to work. So yeah, I think this should work. So I have my hands free and you can see what I'm doing. So I started to put on some gloves. I have my alcohol here in a bottle and scissors. Already sterilized them with the alcohol. Ready, so you can see them better like this. And I already have selected a pot for my new division. of this beautiful Miltoniopsis, and I even see another flower spike over here. So several are coming, but this one is I think ready to go. Oh yeah, and I didn't mention that, but it had some red spider mites, so that's the damage on the leaves. But I think it's now clean. I checked it and I cannot find any alive ones at this point. They will be back as usual, but yeah, I cannot really find them at this moment. So let me see. If I turn this around, if you can see it. Yeah, I will try my best if you can see, so you can see what I'm doing. So yeah, we have some roots over here that I don't want to cut, of course. Let me zoom in a little bit, change that camera angle. Yeah, so there we go. I think that's better. Let that leaf to the side, that annoying leaf. And we have, this is her own leaf actually. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but I could make a cut over here. Hope you can see that. Yeah, my hand is a bit in the way, I'm sorry, but I will make a clean cut now. So here we go, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That was the cut. So you want to do it probably in one go if you can, just cut it. And now we shall see if I can pull it out, or does it have much roots in the pot? No, not at all. You see? That was fairly easy. That was what I already expected. So we have a lot of new roots starting, and we still have a lot of green tips. I hope you can see them. One there, we even have a new root starting, a tip here and there and there and there. A lot of them, probably 10 or even more. Perfect time to do this, perfect time. Plus we even do have a new growth starting that hopefully will produce some new roots in the near future as well. So if these start growing, and we will have another set of new roots, it looks very promising. But yeah, as you can see, these roots didn't make it into the pot, and that's why this bulb is not as big, and it costs a lot of energy, especially on the rest of the orchid, of course. And while this is now blooming and making spikes, new growth, I thought I'm going to take this part off and let her energy, keep her energy for the rest, and try to make a new, beautiful new plant out of this one. So let me clean up, and then we will start up potting this beautiful piece. So yes, I'm back, you guys. I collected my materials, made some room. The mother plant is now on the floor again. Let's go over quickly what I'm going to use. Well, first of all, this is the stuff that I really recommend if you want to grow inorganically like I do, especially with Miltoniopsis. Syntic, it's world's first synthetic sphagnum. So, and they really love it. They absolutely love it. They really like to put her roots in there. So to encourage her root growth, I definitely will use sphagnum. Syntic, the synthetic sphagnum moss. And obviously, if you're long on my channel, you know I'm a huge fan of using pumice. But yes, this time I'm going to use the bigger pieces in combination with the I'm going to say sphagnum now, the syntic. I have a lot of air there, so a lot of moisture plus air is perfect for a Miltoniopsis. So yeah, if you are longer on my channel, you probably noticed that I used the smaller pumice in the beginning, very teeny tiny, but I'm slowly but surely seeing a different reaction of the plants to this combination. Better, they react better to it. So the more air does them great, a lot of good, I should say. And then of course we have a pot, and I did even make some holes in there, and this I'm going to reuse this one, so there's a little bit of staining going on, but that's okay. A water gauge, and I can put it in there like this, and it should stay there. And then I have an outer pot, and also reused, but this, there are some bits there at the bottom. I don't know how you call them, you cannot see them, but the inner pot really fits in between those, and it's almost like it's made for it. So I can push it down like this, and then it will stay into place. But you still have, as you can see, a room. I can even put my finger in there. That's That's the amount of room I have, but probably the water gauge is too heavy. But if I push it in there, like this, it should stay in there. See? It's not moving at all. It's perfect. Yeah, I came across these pots, not intentionally, but I just saw them for sale in the bottom, and they work wonderfully well. So I have a lot of humidity around those roots, also in between those pots, which is again perfect. So that's it and done. I will push it back, and I use my cable tie here so I can lift the pot easier. I've been doing that for years. It's very handy. But the outer part we don't need yet, so let's put it to the side. What I like to do, because I already know that this division doesn't have much roots yet, so I can really start filling up that pot with some pumice. And I will put in a little bit of Cintiq, not too much, but just to make it easier. Make it easier to wick. So this makes some noise. If I grab more pumice, and I will grab already a little bit more, and I might use a bit of wire. Just give me a second, I need a bit of wire. And there I am again with the wire. Beautiful green wire. I just realized that because this one doesn't have much roots, it will not be very stable in a pot, and we don't want to break the roots. So I will grab already a piece of wire. This should be enough, I think. And there we go. Have that ready, and I just make a bit of a V shape in there. I hope you can see it. So I can grab it because I probably will only have one hand free in a second. And yeah, let's get those leaves off, because those are very in a way without breaking roots. There we go. So we make as much room as we can for those new roots. So no leaves in the way. And yet still you can see how it's shaped. This one is really sticking out. But I will now put it straight up so we can grow straight up. So this back bulb will still arch out a little, but that's okay. So I'm going to grab the Cintiq, put it very gently around her roots, and then put her back inside of that pot. Gently. We don't want to break any new root tips, but I want that Cintiq there because I already know she will love it. That's my experience over the last couple of years with these beautiful Miltoniopsis. Okay, let's start fill up with some pumice. Let me turn this around so you can better see what I'm doing. There we go. So we have here the Cintiq just touching the roots, and that's what we want. And I will have a little bit more of this pumice there in the back. You can see how wobbly she is. She's really wobbly in the pot, so I now need to stake her. I apologize, this was a message on the phone. So here we go. I hope you can see that. I'm pushing it around the old bulb, not the new growth. You don't want to damage the new growth. So this wire is only around this bulb, the oldest bulb. So it goes in between, above the roots. Because once again, we don't want to break those roots. We need those roots. But I need to stabilize it somehow in this spot. Otherwise, I will break even more roots, and that works. You see, now I can move it. It's still, I wouldn't recommend moving it too much. So once you have it, there's a bit of pumice underneath the pot. That's a little bit annoying. But once you have it in the pot and you have it on the shelf, leave it as it is, because every bit of movement can be a possibility to break root tips. So let me quickly check. Yeah, that should be okay. Now I'm going to grab a few stones, pebbles. I have them on the floor here. I have the big ones. I ran out of the smaller ones, but this will work as well. So I place them gently around and on top of the media. So this will give more weight to the pot, which is beneficial, very beneficial. Pumice is not that heavy, and the Cintiq not at all, weighs nothing. So some pebbles, but it's mostly for prevention, actually, to make sure that I don't get a top dry layer. Let me get rid of the gloves so we can show you a bit better. And I really don't like wearing gloves, but sometimes I have to. But in summer, especially in summer, I should say, warmer weather, you might create a top dry layer here, and that's not what we want. This needs to be evenly moist, and the pebbles on top will keep the moisture inside of the pot, so also around those very delicate roots. So I will give it a flush with RO water and some seaweed, and then I will be right back. So here we are, guys. Here she is. As you can see, the pebbles are now almost black. So that's a nice indication that the pot is wet and damp. Which, once again, we want with the Miltoniopsis, of course. But I need to mention one thing. What I should have done, actually, was when I did make the cut and grab this cutting, I should use some cinnamon on the wounds. That would be a bit better. Normally I do that, but I did just forget to use cinnamon. But just dab a little bit of cinnamon on the cut. So on the division, but also on a mother plant, just to be safe. It happened to me before that I did forget using the cinnamon, and those plants turned out to be all right. But yeah, the less risks on getting viruses in these plants or something else very nasty. Yeah, you want to better be safe than sorry, of course. So I apologize, I did forget that, but we shall see how this one does. But it looks very nice, and especially with that Cintiq, and like I said, I just watered it a flush basically with RO water and seaweed. No feed, nothing, just nice clean water with just a little bit of seaweed, because I want hormones in there. It doesn't make sense to try to feed this plant at this moment because it doesn't have the roots for it. So I hope it has the energy. I think it has, because it's nice. So if you make divisions, try to use at least 2 bulbs, preferably a few more, but these are 2 bulbs with a new growth, so it should be fine. Working on new roots and a new growth, of course, which again will make some new roots on their own as well. So all the signs are looking well for this plant to really establish in this pot. So, and of course I did give it a tag. I hope you can see it. Well, actually I didn't give you the name. This is the Miltoniopsis Arthur Cobbledick Spring. Here's the name, and I have a number there. That's just 2, because this is the second one now that I have for my notes, but that's all. But yeah, that's the name of this beautiful variety. So yeah, that was a sort of repotting, up-potting video again. Well, like I said, I'm looking forward to do some updates on this one, probably in a month or 2, 3, something like that. I hope you enjoy this video as well, this type of videos. Let me know. Of course, if you have questions or suggestions, leave them in the comment section as well. If you like this video, please give it a likes, and you might hype it, share it wherever you want, because that helps the channel. And for now, thank you so much for watching, and of course I hope to see you at one of my next videos. Bye bye.